Guess what we get to talk about tonight? Getting old.
Yep.
It's so much fun.
The glorious years.
Yeah. The golden years.
Yeah.
They put all kinds of good names on it, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
It's getting old. Getting old is getting old.
Parts on your body start wearing out.
Oh, we can't make it all negative.
No.
But yeah, that's true. When it's cold, you ache.
Yeah. When it's cold, you don't want to go out.
When you get up, you ache.
Your sleep habits are different.
Yep.
You don't sleep as much.
So are your regularity habits. But you get to retire, at least in this country. Get to sit around, or you get to find something to do. Joe found all kinds of things to do the first 2 years, and then he didn't know what to do after that. Because every project would take a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, this is the wrong time of year.
But you also have a lot of memories. You're no longer raising children. That is to be left up to a younger generation. And I think now we know why.
Yep.
We don't have the energy anymore.
Especially in their terrible 2s and 3s. They're running all over in everything.
And of course our house isn't baby proofed anymore.
Yeah.
Somehow though, when we gather here, they do just fine.
Well, the parents are there.
And that's the parents' problem.
Yep.
We just get the hugs and kisses and the loves.
Yep.
That's one of the advantages. And you better like each other, because you're together 24 hours a day.
Yep.
Almost.
Yep.
The fact that you do not understand the other person's language, that doesn't change.
No. I can't understand what she's talking about. just start jabbering something about the phone or the computer, and it's like I have no idea.
Well, I thought of half of the explanation in my head, and then I just start talking the rest of it. My daughter does the same thing now. Poor Angie. I don't know if she goes through the roll call to get to the right name or not, but that's something I've done since the kids were little. But getting old, well, you're supposed to be respected. And I think we do get respect from some of them. We get respect. None of them are nasty to us. So no, we don't have to worry about kids being, and that's something that is not unheard of in this country or other countries either, is the abuse of the elderly. I know it happens. Thank goodness we haven't had to experience that. I used to work with geriatrics a lot, and so that kind of thing, it didn't happen where I worked, at least not whenever I was there that I know of. But I know it does happen, and it just fries my fanny, because it should never happen anywhere. But back to the positive. Was there anything positive we had to say? Oh, shh.
No.
We love each other.
Yeah.
We're still together.
Yeah.
We're still alive and kicking.
Yeah.
That's all positive.
Yep.
I can still get him to run and make something for me or get something for me, and I can get up and go and do it for myself too, when I choose. I'm kidding. I try to do more and more as I can, especially since I've been on that medication, and
I delivered some cupcakes yesterday.
Yes, he did. If you watched the short yesterday, you know that he took cupcakes. He made the cupcakes first. They were sugar-free, with sugar-free frosting, and he made a dozen of them and took them to his brother. His brother's in assisted living, and he's diabetic, and so...
He don't have a stove or nothing.
No, he don't. Like Joe said, it's kind of like a motel room, and that's about it.
You got a little refrigerator, you got a little sink, you got a microwave, you got a bathroom.
Yep, that's about it.
And he's got an air fryer that he bought, or one of the boys bought, that he uses. That he
I've heard you can cook a lot in those.
Yeah, he likes it. He keeps asking me if I got an air fryer. I say no.
Might be something. Well, anymore, all the stuff you can put on the counter to even do dishes in. But I mean, you can even get countertop dishwashers. Yeah.
Never heard of that before.
Well, it looks weird to me too, because they doesn't hold much on a countertop. Anyway, pretty soon we won't need stoves and refrigerators. At least not the kind we got now. Everything will be air fryers and
Still gotta keep stuff cold.
well, yeah, we'll need a unless we move to Alaska, we will need a refrigerator.
I ain't gonna change.
He's not going to change.
I don't like change.
No, but yeah, with me, you've changed a lot. Change is inevitable, no matter what.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I deal with it when I have to, but I don't like it.
You don't like change.
But when I have to, I deal with it.
He's the kind that people would generally say he just rolls with the punches. And I'm the kind people would say that I am more the... Goofy, yeah. The get up and goer. That's partially true, unless it's change. I'm kidding. He does very well with persuasion. He does very well. If you just let him spout his spouting outside, that's sort of a funny story from my family. That's not to do with him. My grandpa and my dad, when they were having trouble with the hogs can make you madder than... And we had a bunch of... But they would tell all of his kids to go inside so that we couldn't hear what they were saying. And I was telling that to my aunt one day, and she said, you know what? By the time you guys all went inside, they never used those words anyway. It was out of their system by then. So, now my dad was never bit by one that I know of, but he was taken for a ride backwards once.
Really?
Yeah. It came up, picked him up, and he just got for a nice little piggy ride. Piggyback ride. But it didn't feel, he didn't want to do it again.
I know one time I was with him when he was putting tags on ears on calves. He was up in the field, and he got out of the truck, and he grabbed this little calf, and that old mama cow come up, and he put that calf in front of him. Because he told me later on, he says, they won't charge you if the calf's
in front of you. Yeah.
Because they don't want to hurt their calf. But that's the only way he can get that ear tag. But he got a tag, and he got in the truck again, and they went on their way. But,
well, at least they didn't have to brand anymore. I remember back when they were still branding.
no, that old cow, she was
head down, ready to go.
Her head down was down. She was ready to charge. I'd never seen anything like that before, so that was different. It was interesting.
Farming is always interesting, and I miss the farm, believe me, I do. We did try an acreage for a couple of years, and it would just not... Well, that's just it. It was an acreage. There was no money to be made unless... I was stubborn about getting chickens. I really was. I had some experiences growing up, and I just didn't want chickens.
We didn't have no animals.
I'd have had ducks.
The only animals we had was a dog and some
Cats.
wild cats, and possums and
Possums
skunks,
and badgers,
skunks.
weasels, or whatever they were. Skunks, yes.
I did see a badger one night,
Yeah. Click, 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 click.
but this guy.
That's what they do. They click,
We,
click, click.
we had some Jersey cows that a farmer was renting our pasture,
Yeah.
and a barn that they'd go in when it got really cold. But
Yeah. Well, somebody needed to make use of that pasture corral, and his parents lived in just not too far off, and he wanted to be able to put his separate from theirs, so that's what he did.
But for that, we got a half a beef out of
Yeah.
the deal.
Yeah.
I think it's a half.
Yeah, it was half of it was pretty much veal. It wasn't even, I think it might have been a yearling, but I doubt if it was very old. But no, we got some meat out of that.
Instead of him paying us for using
Yeah.
the land, he just said, "I'll give you some beef."
That was fine with us.
I can't remember though. I don't think it was a half. It might have been just a quarter.
I don't know.
Cause we didn't have a real big freezer at that time.
We had the big one over there.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean it?
That's true. I did move it, so maybe it was a half. I don't remember. It's been too long though.
That's another thing when you get
'Cause
old.
this is in the '90s, late
Yeah.
'90s.
And that's something else when you get old. Certain things just aren't worth remembering.
Yeah, you just
That's one of those things you take out of a file and it's not important anymore. So you just flick it right out of that file.
yeah, it's hard
Yeah.
to remember things.
Well, that's getting old. You just don't know anymore. If it ever comes on, I'll know.
I just the
If it's a John Wayne movie, he will
the
know.
description of your movie does not sound familiar to me. I'll put it that way. So I don't know.
Okay. I think it was Stand By Me, maybe. But,
That's where them boys found a dead body.
yeah, they thought they did. But no, it doesn't sound familiar for that either. Anyway,
I think you're confused.
I'm old. I got a right to be confused.
You're confessed.
Well, I think that's enough. I am never, ever perturbed. I am never angry.
Yeah, right. She starts yelling at the computer before she even finishes reading everything.
If I'm going to say a curse word, that's where it's going to be. Sometimes I'll get mad at a game.
She'll look at news on the computer and it's like, she'll start off and she'll finally read the whole thing and it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, well, you could read it yourself.
I can't see it from around my chair. It's too far.
So join me. I gotta give him trouble. Oh, I give him more trouble on this camera than I do any other time.
Yep.
But we kiss and make up.
Yep. I got my water.
Okay, well, shall we say good night?
Yeah. Good night.
Good night, everybody. We love you.
I know it wasn't much to talk about, but
Getting old, there's
you'll find out.
yeah. Give yourselves time to find out on that.
Everybody's different.
Yeah. Well, we're really not in that bad of health,
No,
considering. I mean, yeah, I'm on oxygen, but
our health is pretty good.
considering those around, the several other people, we're doing okay. So we've learned our limits, and that's what we go by.
Yep.
Yep. He no longer can crawl under and into cars like he used to.
It's a little more difficult.
He lets our grandson do that for his own car. And he's got enough to keep up our own.
He's never done that for my car. What are you talking
No! To his own. Brandon has to do that to his own car now.
Oh,
You can't get Grandpa to do it anymore. See, it's It's a give and take.
I mean, I can still crawl underneath the car, but it's usually mine
Yeah,
now.
but it's not pleasant.
No.
Maybe it never was. I don't know. I don't know if you even use a creeper anymore.
When I was young, no. Okay. That's on a. You got to use them on a concrete floor. You can't use them on dirt. And that's what I have to work on.
I know. But you did have it when you were over at the other house.
But I don't know,
Something about creeping? You don't feel like a creep?
no, it's just, I don't know, I would use it once in a while, but not all the time. It's just easier if, depends on what you got to do underneath there. Sometimes you got to crawl underneath there, then move over this way, this way, and it's hard to do on a creeper.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Oh, as long as...
old habits, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to let you go. He is too, I think. Are you going to let him go?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. I am going to try to start the big painting, the transfiguration on the big board.
Don't break it.
I'm not.
Oh.
Boy, I hope not. That's... Good night. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Smile and wave at somebody.